for day 2 of the deer blind build. Probably gonna get there at like 10 a.m. and try to stay for as long as possible working on it. So
we got 2 put in last time. All we really want to do today is get the other 4 put in, and we're gonna square those off the 2 that we have now. So we're gonna build the floor off the top of the posts, so we might do a perimeter around them to make sure they're square. And so yeah, dig 4 post holes, drop 4 posts in there, square them up, concrete them in. That's the main goal, because once that's done, it's just going to be build a frame off of it, and that should be pretty quick.
you can't really build the frame until the cement hardens, so.
Yeah. So we can't do a whole lot more. We'll be able to frame it in a little bit, but we don't want to do a whole lot of flooring, because 2 of them are set, which is going to give us some stability to work off of, but we're not going to want to do a whole lot more with the other 2, with the other 4 wet. So basically, sink some posts today.
He wants your 20, he wants to just let him get it out of your backpack.
Let's not do that just yet. Which one's the jalapeno?
Yeah, that was spicy.
Everything worked except the part where you were cutting it toward my wrist.
Yeah. We are walking out to where the blind's being built. It's a good, like, I don't know how many miles, I'm gonna have to ask. I'll put how many miles it is away from the building. Actually, I think that's probably like a mile, but yeah, walking out there, sink 2 posts, and then we're gonna do our Christmas here, because we haven't done Christmas with them yet, well, with Corbin here. So yeah, walking out to sink 2 more posts, and then come hang out. Where? They just ran off? And Matt just saw pigs somewhere, so extra careful because they can be a little aggressive. I forgot to grab my carry so that if anything happens, I can shoot them, but I will be more aware. So yeah, sinking 2 posts, and then taking a break, and then sink 2 more posts. Myself and my father-in-law are both sick with something, congested and dry coughing. Not COVID though, probably allergy shit. But yeah, taking a quick little walk in the woods, sink 2 posts, go back, hang out, sink 2 posts, hang out, etc.
So a lot of what they ended up doing right now is measuring and measuring and measuring, because once you start the hole digging, it's a little bit hard to correct the hole, because if you want to move it, you have to refill the hole, but since you've already dug up all the dirt and stuff, it's not going to be as solid as it once was. So this is basically what you see them doing, is not only using the slats as measurement, but they are also using a measuring tape and basically just trying to make sure they're squared up with the 2 posts that have already been sunk. And the reason they're using the slats is because this is about as big as the blind is going to be lengthwise. And then they're also squaring those two up because not only do they have to make sure that the next hole that they dig is squared, but also make sure that the hole after that is going to be square with that hole and the other hole. So a lot of measuring took place. You know, the old saying, measure twice, cut once. This is measure twice, dig once. But if you are planning on building anything like this, do make sure that you measure as frequently as possible. And if you don't think it's ready, don't start. We are wanting to make sure that this deer blind lasts a long time, and this is why they're being so meticulous with the measurements. And they are ready to start. So how they would mark off is really Matt would just stand there and Steve, my father-in-law, his father, would back up and they would start the dig. You really shouldn't be getting as close as they end up getting to the post hole digger, but such is life. And as you can see, the digger is actually starting to kind of go in at a diagonal. And this is why you measure so much, because it does let you know that, hey, we are where we need to be. And we actually ended up fighting with this hole. You measure, you dig the hole and then you measure how far down it is. I think we were going about 3 feet down, which is why you see Matt with the measuring tape measuring down. And then they would put the post into the hole, measure again, move it to the side, move it to the left, do whatever they needed to do, and then dig more, or try to dig more off to the side, because we did have that flexibility with pouring concrete in. So we could get the post where we wanted it to be, even if the hole might be bigger than what we were hoping for. So yeah, they wouldn't just line it up with like laterally, they would also go diagonally. So every way they were making to square up, they were making sure that it was going to be in line, because you don't want to be putting the floor on and then you realize that your support beams are completely out of the way. But as far as height, they just wanted to make sure that the bottom of the post was 3 feet into the ground, because the goal is, if there is any at the top, if one of the posts is higher up or whatever, you can just easily cut that off the top with like a little bandsaw or a little rotor blade, which is the plan once all the posts are done and when we are ready to put in the floor. The other posts did not take this long, and it's simply because we did run into an issue with the hole. Something is in the hole, a root, clay, so that's why this hole became like so annoying to get done.
So I am walking back to get a spade shovel for them to correct the digging, as well as get a battery for this guy, because it's starting to run pretty low. So this is how I'm gonna get all my steps in today, is literally walking back and forth. Okay, got a battery for this, got a shovel, and now I'm on my way back. It's like 1,000 steps.
All right, scoot back.
Where are you?
Corbin,
Over here.
get her.
My daddy's digging.
Here, go show you all your rocks. Got them?
Get her.
Put him up here.
right there. There's no yeah, just let me hit it right there and then we'll fill all the rest in with dirt.
Yeah.